Welcome back, folks, to your incredible and magical and oh so fantastical coverage of joinDOTA The Defense 2, sponsored by Razer and BenQ and commentated by me, Toshley. And I hope you enjoy what we have coming up for you here today. This is the second game of the group sets and the second game of the Defense 2 in its entirety. Yes, indeed, it's another series of the Defense 2. The first one was fantastic. The second one should hopefully be just as good. As for the first game, it was between Moscow 5 and Complexity Gaming. You can go check that game out on my YouTube channel. Alternatively, you can check out all the games of the defense at the-defense.com or joinDOTA.com. joinDOTA.com can also be used for all sorts of glorious Dota 2 news and gaming goodness that's related to Dota 2, of course. As for what we have coming up for you here today, CLG, Counterlogic Gaming versus the Copenhagen Wolves. The Copenhagen Wolves being formerly known as TTB, the Tough Bananas, a team that sort of came completely out of nowhere, in all honesty, and started not only smashing people apart, but delivering some awesome, incredible, and fantastic, absolutely fantastic games. And I certainly look forward to seeing what they're going to deliver for us today, fighting it out in the Defense 2 against Counterlogic Gaming. The Copenhagen Wolves have their first pick, they have the first ban. Oh, and I forgot to mention, after a not so spectacular performance in DreamHack, they were on the verge of disbanding. They were looking for a sponsor and they couldn't find one, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, SteelSeries comes in, gives them a nice little pat on the back, and now they're known as the Copenhagen Wolves, and they're now fighting for victory in joinDOTA's The Defense 2. And as stated before, I definitely look forward to what they have to present to us today for today's game. The Wolves have the first ban and the first pick, and banning out Lycan, curiously enough, despite the fact that they have first pick. Curious maneuver, I'm not entirely sure as to why. It could be because we have the Chaos Knight in the mix, and by banning out Lycan, they might have to force CLG to ban out Chaos Knight in case the Wolves want to pick that up. Third ban coming. Well, the current bans we have for you today are Enchantress, Lycan, and Leshrac coming in from the Wolves, and the CLG will follow that with Darkseer, Chen, and we're waiting on the third and final ban for the bans of this first set. And first thing to note about all of these bans, Broodmother are going to be that third ban, is they're all heavy pushers, every single one. And the Dota 2 metagame sort of revolves around pushing as of right now, which is why we want to ban out those really heavy pushers. Darkseer is just an incredibly powerful hero all around. Broodmother is just an absolute pain in the ass. First pick coming in from the Copenhagen Wolves, going to pick up that Nature's Prophet. Solid. A absolutely solid hero over round, with CLG going to be picking up the CK, which is going to be an absolute pain for the Wolves to deal with. A very powerful hero, and going to secure that Enigma up too. And there's the Wood hero, there's the Jungler coming in for Counterlogic Gaming. And how are the Wolves going to respond to this exactly? They have a massive amount of power coming in from the Chaos Knight, and then they have teamfight capabilities as well as general pushing power to come in from the Enigma, while they have the pushing power and mobility of the Nature's Prophet. Do they want to go for, well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we, as we decide on their next two picks, rather. How will it unfold? Well, as we start to tick away into their bonus time, they're thinking long and hard about this. They don't want to make a mistake. They want to make sure they go for the right composition to secure a victory, because after all, it is a very important tournament. 10,000 euros up for grabs. It's actually not the first prize, it's the prize pool in total. And the next two picks coming in will be Windrunner and Shadow Demon. Those two make a powerful, very powerful ganking combination, as well as Shadow Demon just being good against a carry due to his disruption, which will replicate whoever it goes after. And even a carry on your own team, it will be effective against. It's also great for ganking and assisting people in surviving. And then here we have Ancient Apparition, probably going to be playing support. Ancient Apparition is going to be giving a lot of global control as well with his ultimate, allowing him to pick off stragglers as well as assist out in a team fight no matter where he is on the map. But going into the next set of bans, we have the Wolves banning off Invoker, with CLG banning off the Brewmaster, taking out that powerful utility hero, as well as an awful lot of AoE power that can come out of that Invoker. Depends on how you play him, and there's an awful lot of ways you can play that Invoker. Ban coming in next is the Queen of Pain, going to take out that powerful AoE damage capability, which CLG would probably go after. They already have a nice amount of AoE power with the ulti coming in from Ancient Apparition, and of course Enigma's oh so incredibly fun black hole. Brewmaster being taken out because he's an annoying hero to deal with, entirely understandable. And who's the last person that CLG want to take out? I think an Earthshaker could possibly be a good bet. You combine an Earthshaker with a Windrunner and a Shadow Demon, and that is a powerful trio that's going to cause absolute hell and havoc for anyone who has them in their lane. You have the Shackle from Windrunner, you have the Disruption, and finally you have the Fissure. And of course, it brings a little bit more AoE teamfight capabilities from that Echo Slam of the Earthshaker. And the Copenhagen Wolves don't have that much of that right now. None of these heroes do a particularly large amount of AoE damage, and it's probably what the Wolves want to go for next. But that final ban is going to be the SK. It is indeed a very powerful AoE hero, as well as giving that extra stun, which again would have been pretty dangerous in combination with the already powerful Windrunner and Shadow Demon combination.
10 seconds remaining.
Now we're going to wait for the next couple of picks coming in on both sides of the teams. And how are they going to use the current composition that they have, and who will they want to add to supplement it? And they are picking up a Morphling. This is going to put a bit of pressure on CLG, because here's the hard carry. Here's a hero that, if you don't take care of him, he'll win. It's as simple as that. You let Morphling free farm, it's going to be pretty dangerous. And chances are Morphling's going to be going solo mid. They might want to try and pick a hero in order to cause him some trouble. Queen of Pain's out of the mix, which is an absolute pretty annoying to go up against as a Morphling. Are there some other heroes that are very good against him? Anti-Mage is still in the mix actually, as it seems, and CLG have yet to pick up their hard carry, unless... Is Chaos Knight a hard carry? I'm not entirely sure. I know he gets very, very, very powerful towards the mid stages of the game when he gets all of his abilities, because good lord, he can deal a massive amount of damage. Beastmaster are going to be the next pick coming up. So what lanes are we going to have? I'm going to guess Enigma will be in the jungle. But who's going to take mid? We're going to have CK. Are we going to have Beastmaster? Beastmaster could possibly be taking the off lane. Actually, Beastmaster would probably be best in the off lane with CK in the middle. But it might be a bit of a trouble going up against a Morphling, assuming they put Morphling in the mid, which would be a logical choice. As for the Copenhagen Wolves, chances are Nature's Prophet will be in the jungle. Morphling into the middle, and I reckon their final pick will be Earthshaker. You put Earthshaker, you put Windrunner, you put Shadow Demon over in the bottom lane, and oh dear lord, whoever has to go up against that combo is going to be in a hell of a lot of trouble. If you go in to try and get its last hit, you'll die. If you sit back, you're not going to get any farm. It's going to be a horrible thing to deal with, and it gives them a bit more AoE power that the Copenhagen Wolves are currently lacking. So I think their fifth and final pick will indeed be the Earthshaker. It seems like a really good hero to pick actually, and we've got plenty of bonus time to tick away into this. They can think about it as long and as hard as they want, as a matter of fact.
Earthshaker here.
And there we have it. The fifth and final pick is going to be that Earthshaker, which makes me think the lanes are actually going to be, we'll have, ooh, Tinker. Now that's a hero that could cause some trouble to the Morphling over in the mid. But as for lanes, I think we'll have Nature's Prophet taking the off lane, Windrunner, Earthshaker, and Shadow Demon going down to the bottom with Morphling in the middle. However, if they put Tinker in the mid, and that Tinker could cause a lot of problems for that Morphling over in the middle lane. So they might want to rethink where exactly they're placing all of the heroes for the Copenhagen Wolves. If I didn't cover it already, I actually had a crash, so I don't know what I've covered and what I've covered exactly. But I'm thinking the lanes will be, we'll have Nature's Prophet taking the off lane, we'll have Earthshaker with Shadow Demon, and Windrunner going down the bottom with Morphling in the mid. But Morphling going against the Tinker, that could be a problem. That could be pretty dangerous, that could be pretty annoying. The rockets and the laser beams do a ridiculous amount of damage. So we might maybe not see that, we might see something else happen, but I'm still pretty confident that we'll have what I mentioned before. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. It depends where that Tinker goes. I think that maybe they'll put Chaos Knight in the middle lane to be babysat with an Ancient Apparition, because that's the only real place where I think that he could go where he would fit. Beastmaster, of course, would be taking the off lane with Enigma going into the woods, into the jungle. Could Tinker go solo bottom? I think that sounds like it could possibly be good. Except, if he does, he's going to meet with hell. And I'm certain that CLG know about this. I'm certain they expect that they would put that trio of death over in the bottom lane. And it's going to be absolute hell. You've got the Fissure, you have the Disruption, and of course you have the Shackle. Lots of damage to be dealt, lots of stuns to be had, and lots of death that will no doubt follow. And I love the little banners here. It adds a little sort of personal feel. Wait, there's no... Okay, CLG haven't set up their banners, but the Copenhagen Wolves have indeed, and they look pretty cool. It's sort of like you're stepping onto our turf, as it were. Get off. This is not the Dire. This is the side of the Copenhagen Wolves. Get out. We don't want you here. You're bad. Go die to the fountain, or something. But as the game is paused, we'll have a look at who is playing who. We have Morphling being played by Balsam, with S4 playing Windrunner. Calculus playing the Nature's Prophet. God damn it, I wish this pause screen would move. Good lord. We have the No, I'll just call him the No, playing the Earthshaker. And finally, we have Dickinson being playing as the Shadow Demon. We're finally going to be unpausing as we take a look at over at the CLG side. We have Pajat something name playing as CK Misery, playing as the Tinker. Pusher Street playing as Enigma, with another pause coming in for you, god damn it. And who is that? Murad, it's actually kind of difficult to read that magenta text, but Murad playing as Beastmaster, and finally Aki playing as the Ancient Apparition. By the looks of it, it seems everyone will be making their way down to the bottom, pick up that early first blood, engage in an early team fight. We'll see how it all unfolds when the game finally unpauses. You have Enigma with those conversions first, as expected. Tinker's probably going to pick up Rocket. Well, it depends who he goes up against. He might just go straight into March of the Machines. We'll have to wait and see. Beastmaster probably going to get that boar first. CK, Ancient Apparitions have yet to decide. Taking a look over at the Copenhagen Wolves, it seems Shadow Demon has disconnected, which explains the pause, and hopefully don't go for too long. That Fisher, of course, being picked up. Windrunner, if Windrunner heads down to bottom, Shackle will no doubt be picked first. Actually, Windrunner could possibly be picked first for escapability, but with a trio like that, I don't think you need escapability. They need escapability. You should be fine. But if she is going to join them in the rapist trio of rape, as I feel they should be called, Shackle will no doubt be picked up. Nature's Prophet, as I said before, will be taking the offlane Morphling going to the middle, or, well, we'll have to see. Because they probably expect Tinker to go into the middle lane. And Tinker against Morphling, well, again, those rockets, those lasers, lots of harass that can come out of him. He can really easily control a solo lane. An absolute horror to go up against. But at the same time, I feel CK and Ancient Apparition would go fairly well in mid. You want to get CK's levels up as fast as possible. His ulti is incredibly powerful. Get levels up in that Reality Rift and the Chaos Bolt, and a lot of damage is to be dealt without a shadow of a doubt. What items? Like going for a Ring of Aquila very quickly for the Morphling. Tons of Iron Branches. Nature's Prophet. Just fill in your inventory with items because, hey, you've got money. May as well spend it. Shadow Demon yet to purchase anything, but this is, of course, probably tying into the fact that he is not currently in the game. Believe it or not, which is why we're having this incredibly long pause. And I hope it doesn't go for too much longer. We've had an awful lot of pauses thus far. Actually, we've had two, but they've gone for quite a long time. Speaking of which, I actually looked at the full duration of... Oh, wait. Shadow Demon has indeed reconnected to the game. We should see the resume in a few moments. Hopefully. Hopefully. Go, 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 indeed. Let us push forward. Let us continue on with the game and see exactly where everyone will be going.
Prepare for battle.
What items does Tinker have? Yep, taking yep, Soul Ring recipe being picked up there for the Tinker. Going to be working his way towards that first, and then probably work towards a Boots of Travel for his ability to just jump around the base. It's also actually a good counter to Nature's Prophet indirectly, because they both perform the same role essentially. The thing is, Tinker's a bit more farm dependent. Nature's Prophet has an ability to do it. Tinker's Prophet? Tinker has to buy something. So we're all going to congregate here by the bottom lane. Looks like we want to go for an early first blood. Let's see who's going to get caught out first. We just have CK and Beastmaster. CK getting a bit too far ahead. Disruption being picked up. Disruption going down there on the Shadow Knight, on the Shadow Demon. With a Fisher is going to fall. He's going to lock him out. And that is first blood for the Copenhagen Wolves. The Shackle doesn't latch, but it doesn't need to. There was no escape for him. He was completely blocked. No way he was going to get through there. First blood being secure. Nature's Prophet moving in ahead, wants to get some more. In the meantime, we're going to place some wards down in the jungle by the sound of it. Yes, indeed. Block off those creep camps from spawning. Give Enigma a little bit less farm, and we'll be making our way back to the lanes. I'm going to guess Nature's Prophet will be taking the off lane, and we'll seem to have Windrunner in the middle lane with, I'm going to guess Shadow Demon, Earthshaker, and we'll have both of them babysitting the Morphling, which seems like a good idea. And that Tinker's going to be experiencing hell. complete and utter hell. And over in the middle lane for CLG, we'll have Chaos Knight and the Ancient Apparition. Bottom will be Tinker, as we've stated a few moments ago. In the top, we'll see Beastmaster with, I'm going to guess, Enigma, who's somewhere, I'm not entirely sure. Enigma is going to be making his way to the jungle. And they're going to have a tough time. Illusion's being picked up here by the Shadow Demon. Lots of pain going to ensue. They're searching around. They're looking to catch off that Enigma, or possibly, actually, they know where the Tinker is. They're looking for Enigma. They want to go for another kill. One secure. First blood was not enough. They want to go for more. They are hungry. Are they going to get it? We shall wait and see. It seems the Enigma is well away, taking this medium camp over here. They're checking the easy camp, and he's nowhere to be found. So let's try and gank the Chaos Knight and the Ancient Apparition. Fisher is a Fisher going to land? Maybe not a couple hits from the tower. Furion porting in, but he cancels a nice shackle there to the Chaos Knight and the Ancient Apparition. Chaos Knight taking so much damage. Furion porting in to help out. Power Shot finishing him off. Getting a Sprout in. He tries to eat his way through. Ancient Apparition coming in the way, but the Fisher is going to be off cooldown in 1 second, and Fisher's going to probably secure this kill. Power Shot, Fisher. One more right click, and Nature's Prophet securing the kill right there. 3-0. Right from the start of the game. Not even 2 minutes in, and hello, 3 kills for the Copenhagen Wolves. A nice start, I must say. Absolutely fantastic start. Nature's Prophet making his way over back to the top lane to continue with the farm, with the pushing, with everything that he needs to do. And Tinker's might get caught out of position here. A disruption could cause absolute death with the Earthshaker coming in from behind to reinforce. However, oh wait, that was Enigma right there, my mistake. But we have to be careful, we have to be careful. Tinker, you're going to push yourself too far ahead. One disruption could mean the death of you. If the Earthshaker moves in position, waiting for that next water pop-up will spawn at the bottom. We shall see double damage being secured there by the Earthshaker. This is going to mean death for the next person that he runs into. And I think he's going to go into the jungle. He wants to look for that Enigma and try and take him down. They do have wards there, so they do know. They absolutely do know that the Earthshaker has that double damage that they need to back off. Tinker doesn't really care though. He seems he's still caught in a not so great situation. Going to get a Fisher down. He's blocked, but he has a Tango. Uses a Tango charge to eat his way to safety of the tower. Earthshaker is going to continue to roam. He wants to use this double damage for good. He wants to pick up a kill. Smoke of Deceit being popped. We're going to have a gank here by the looks of it. I'm hoping they're going to venture into the jungle. They want to catch off that Enigma. But he's staying very close to his base. He wants to be careful, but Tinker, Fisher going down. He hits and it blocks, but it's not enough. He can walk his way around, and he is absolutely A-okay. Not the best use of the double damage, but they tried. They may not have had the best success, but oh well. They forced them away. They did some damage, and they're ahead anyway, so it's not like they got caught behind, or not that they really needed to do damage here. But the Tinker is fine because he's close to the tower. However, he could get caught out. Disruption could go down. A Fisher could follow. A lot of damage could be dealt. He has to be careful. He's going to push himself forward. Okay, it seems we're at a standstill. He's going to eat his way through. Disruption going down. The Fisher is going to follow. He's going to block him. Is it going to get him? He gets locked onto the other side. Curse is going to follow. Lots of right-click damage. Waveform in there. And Morphling picks up the kill right there. The Tinker dies again. And he's having a horrible time in this lane. Only 6 creep lanes. We compare that over to the Morphling. He has 13 to 6. Not having a good time at all, but over in the middle something happened that I missed. It seems that the Chaos Knight has fallen, but the Windrunner did the same. One more right click to take the Ancient Prophet, taking so much damage from the tower. Nature's Prophet run away. He shouldn't have done that. He'll be fine. The Ancient Prophet does escape, but the Nature's Prophet is so incredibly low on health. That could have ended disastrously, in fact. The CLG has finally secured themselves a kill. And it seems that Tinker has indeed rotated over to the top lane because he can't handle it down the bottom. There's just too much aggression. There's too many stuns. There's no way he can handle himself. And we could see by the last hits, he's just having a bad time. He's still only got 11. Compare that to the Morphling. He has a lot, and they're already barrowing away there on the tower. They're having a lot of problem. What's CK at? CK is not doing particularly fantastic as well. Only 10 to 3 last hits. We compare that, say, with the Windrunner who was lurking in this lane before. She's not doing particularly well, but she doesn't really need to, while the CK does. Disruption going down there on the Chaos Knight, followed by the Curse, followed by the Power Shot, but the CK will escape without too much harm being dealt. In the meantime, they're going to get a couple of clicks down on this tower. Beastmaster going down the bottom to try and defend this one who's getting awfully low on health. But for the meantime, things are settled down. Finally, the Tinker's getting a nice amount of farm. Still hasn't gotten that Soul Ring, actually, which is pretty horrible at this stage of the game to still not have that Soul Ring. A lot of damage being dealt. The Shadow will get it. The invisibility rune being popped off, and Windrunner will escape without too much trouble. Very lucky right there. Power shot going down. Did it hit anything? I do not know. The Tinker doesn't seem to be doing much better here, actually, but he's definitely doing better than he did before. Nature's Prophet definitely very capable of harassing him, but over in the bottom we have the Beastmaster who could possibly get caught out, but he seems to be okay for the time being. Enigma just chilling it out, relaxing in the jungle without too much trouble, and exchanging right clicks here over in the top lane between Tinker and the Nature's Prophet. Nature's probably capable of doing a bit more harassing than the Tinker is. Still doesn't have that soul ring, which is pretty horrible, I must add, and he should be working his way towards Boots of Travel by this time. The Tinker is definitely very behind when you compare that to the Nature's Prophet, who has a very nice amount of last hits. He's going to have a lot of extra farm, and he's going to be able to start pushing very soon, and pushing those lanes back as far as he possibly can. Shadow Demon going to pick himself up a haste rune, or maybe he's just guarding it for the Windrunner, who does have that bottle, but Enigma is coming into the fray. Windrunner going to pick up Disruption going down, followed by the Curse. Pouch are going to follow through, and a Shackle will no doubt follow, but it doesn't even need it. Nature's Prophet porting in to secure that kill, and another fantastic kill there being picked up for the Copenhagen Wolves. But hello, Beastmaster, they want this kill oh so badly. Trees going down, are they going to get it? Are they going to tower dive? What's going to happen here? Sprout just barely manages to miss his Prophet ulti going down. A bit of right click damage, but he's going to escape a-okay without too much trouble. But they're going to secure this tower in the meantime. There's absolutely no one here that can stop this. Everyone's too split up. They're still in the farming phase. We're just laning, we're just taking as much farm as we possibly can. But the Copenhagen Wolves are already pushing with 6 kills to 1. They probably can do that. And please tell me that Tinker has a soul ring. He finally has that soul ring, which means he can start doing a lot more damage. He can start pushing the lanes back. And now he has to start farming his way towards that, towards the Boots of Travel, excuse me. But he's definitely doing better on the last hit front as well. And they're going to have to defend this tier 2 tower if they're not careful. There's nothing to stop this pushing force that they have right here today. Definitely pushing very early on in the game, not even at the 10 minutes mark. And we could see this tier 2 tower fall. Probably not, but we probably will do a bit of damage at the cost of nothing, which is why it's really good. Placing wards down in the jungle, want to keep vision of where exactly that Enigma is and where the rest of the team is, as a matter of fact. And seems to want to go for a gank. Conversions being sent up the ledge here. I really love this. So they see that there's a gank. Enigma is going to back off. No kill for you, he thinks to himself as of right now. The Prophet just going to sit in their jungle and continue to take their farm, because why the hell not? Meanwhile, we'll rotate to mid. Looks like we might have a bit of a push going on here, quite possibly. Or maybe not. Maybe Earthshaker. I think he's checking for the next rune. Rune's going to be at top. It's going to be secured by the Tinker. Double damage rune being picked up. Going to be very nice for the next team engagement that comes up. However, he doesn't have that much farm in order to take advantage of it. In the meantime, someone has just died and I just missed it. Oh well.
Radiant's top tower
Prophet getting caught out there, it seems. Can put in a particularly bad situation. Another kill there for Counter Logic Gaming. And that Tinker better be careful. He is so incredibly low in health. One Fisher will do it. Tinker's running the other way. He gets a Fisher, but Earthshaker goes to the other side and he doesn't get the kill. Oh dear. That could have been a really easy kill for the Earthshaker if he just didn't go on that other side. He went the wrong side of the Fisher. I guess that was a pathfinding issue, or maybe he just derped out. I don't know. Top tower gonna fall. Another glorious tower for the Wolves, which has been secured. And it looks like they're going to push their way to this middle tower. It's getting fairly low on health. Enigma sort of chasing after them there, but realized, no, I don't want to do that. Sure, I have the black hole, but I have no teammates to reinforce, and one stun will stop that very quickly. Enigma better be careful. He doesn't want to get caught out. The entire team of Complexity Wolves are in the jungle right here. A lot of damage going to be dealt for the next person that runs into it. Or maybe... well, okay, it seems things have diffused. They're waiting patiently. But no one's here. However, Beastmaster hiding in the trees over here. If he's not lucky, he will find himself in a not so great situation. Ward's going down to give vision. I'm surprised they didn't take the Ancient Camp and deny it from the Tinker, but then again, there's not particularly much here. In the meantime, we're going to take this tier 1 tower over in the middle lane. There's not much that the CLG can do. This is their third tower that have fallen, and it's not even in the 10-minute mark. But they got to be careful of that Enigma. That black hole can deal a lot of damage if everyone groups together, so they've got to stay split apart. The tower has been taken down by the Nature's Prophet. Wolves are have put themselves in a rather commanding lead. Taking a look at the XP, it's 1500 in the way of actually in the way of CLG. That's somewhat a surprise, while gold is in a considerable favor for the Copenhagen Wolves. I'm actually not entirely sure how they have the XP lead. It seems the Wolves are just getting better farm and more kills. There could be something I'm missing, but I'm not entirely sure. I actually have no idea as to why they are leading in terms of XP. No clue at all. But it seems we're sort of all hovering around this middle lane. And we move. Raw going down there on the Earthshaker with the Frosted Feet. A lot of damage being dealt. But a nice shackle there to the Ancient Apparition. The Beastmaster Power going to fall. Disruption going to save that Earthshaker's life. He's so low in health. How's he not dying? Fish are going to finish off there on the Ancient Apparition. And they're not done yet. They want to take some more kills. Beastmaster not in such a great situation. Slow going down. Shackle doesn't lash. Doesn't need to. I don't think so. Power Shot going to follow with a curse. And then death. And Enigma is the only man standing alongside the Chaos Knight. And are they going to chase after that Enigma? They are not. Indeed, they're going to be happy with those 3 kills. They're just going to sit back, going to buy some items. And I'm sure the Tinker's just not happy. He's still so far away from those boots of travel. He needs an extra, 1,700 or so. He needs so much money for those boots of travels, and he needs those boots of travel to be effective and start effectively sort of countering. Not a direct counter, an indirect counter to Nature's Prophet. Not really a counter, actually, just a balancing, because they both sort of perform the same role of pushing. I personally think Nature's Prophet is better at it because he can not only can he reinforce the lane with his treants, but he has the teleport. And he should have enough mana pool to constantly spam treants and that ulti. Don't forget to mention that ulti, which you use it and the lane gets pushed back. It's as simple as that. It's a fantastic ultimate. I love to call it the money ultimate because you use it and then you hear money. And it's a fantastic feeling. Love playing Nature's Prophet. Probably my second favorite hero other than the Invoker. But enough about that. Power Shot going to give a bit of vision, get a nice hit on the Beastmaster. Enigma very careful. He wants to get off a nice black hole, but everyone's just split themselves apart so nicely. Actually going down, they're going to see the Windrunner's there, but she ports out way too quickly. Wait a second, was that the Windrunner? I think that was a Shadow Demon, excuse me. And the Morphling looks like he's going to be making his way, he has that Perseverance, he's going to be making his way to a Lincoln Sphere by the looks of it. Chaos Knight, not sure what he's working towards actually, but he has secured himself a double damage and it's going to mean a lot of pain for the next person he encounters. He also has his Phantasm, his ultimate, which creates another illusion of him that does 100% damage. The fish is going to stop him right in his tracks. They see he has that double damage. Well, they have it warded anyway, so they would know that he has that double damage. At least, wait, they don't have it warded, excuse me, so they wouldn't have known, but they know now, and that little trump card has been whittled away. And the Morphling's getting free farm over here in the top lane, which is not particularly good for CLG, because he's a hero that's going to kill them if we get to the 30-minute mark. He's a hero that's going to snap them apart, and he has 77 last hits with 22 denies. He's doing a fantastic job, and he's farming for free. Free farm all day, every day, over here at the top for the Morphling. Nature's Prophet has a nice amount of kills, as well as a CK, creep slain rather. Power Shot going to go through, whittle down this creep wave just a little bit with the Shadow Poison going in to give a bit of vision. Very nicely done. And it looks like CLG want to push this lane. A Power Shot going to do a bit of damage, going to weaken the creep wave. Of course, Shadow Poison continuing to go out just to give vision. CK is going to port over to the top, is going to defend this from the Morphling, who's pushing his way very close to their top tier 2 tower. But in the meantime, it seems we're all just going to sit back and farm. How much money does that Morphling have now, actually? God damn it, stop moving away from me. He has that link. He has the ultimate orb, and he's very close to getting that Lincoln Sphere. It's going to make him just give him that extra bit of survivability. It's not going to be fun for him, I'll tell you that much. And how far away is Tinker from those boots? He's getting very close, but he's going to die again. Oh my lord. I bet he's angry. He's down another 300 gold. He has to work another 1,000 before he has that sphere. Is he going to go in with 4 stuff going down? He does escape. Nice fish going down. Block off the Enigma. Echo Slam following with the Sprout. So much damage being dealt. The Enigma falls. The Beastmaster is on the run, but with the curse, with the disruption, he is so dead. Going to get trapped in between them. Nature's Prophet picking himself up. A triple kill there on Team CLG. The Copenhagen Wolves looking so powerful in this game. 12 kills to 3. And XP has finally gone in favor for the Copenhagen Wolves. It's a bit strange that it was in the favor of the Dire for so long, for the Radiant rather, also known as CLG. With the gold having an immaculate lead in gold, the Copenhagen Wolves have indeed, and they're going to push this bottom lane. Is there anything they can do? I don't think so. And that Tinker better be careful. He has to be really careful. He really wants to get those boots of travel. He really needs to get those boots of travel. Gonna reinforce the lane, gotta help clear out this tower. Be careful, Tinker, you don't want to die again. You want to get those boots of travel so badly, but they have to defend this tower. They're all gonna teleport in. The tower's oh so very low. And is that in deny range? Not quite. Almost securing the tier 2 tower over in the bottom lane. But in the meantime, they've been putting the middle lane shackled to a tree, and the morphing to strength. Taking a lot of damage. Phantasm. Reality Rift going down. Going to try and Typeform away with the teleport. Is he going to get out of there? He does indeed, with the Sprout going down there on the CK. A 4-second stun there on the Nature's Prophet. He poured it in to save the life of the Morphling, which was probably well worth it. You want to keep that Morphling alive. Does he have that Linker Sphere? He does not, but he's going to have it very soon without a shadow of a doubt. This game's been pretty good thus far, I have to say. Very good indeed. 15 minutes in and we already have a total of 16 kills, with many of them being for the Copenhagen Wolves. CLG not looking particularly hot thus far. Enigma building his way towards a mech by the looks of it. Beastmaster has absolutely nothing, and this is true for Chaos Knight as well, just having treads, a shield, as well as a ring of health. Not doing particularly well. Tinker getting closer and closer to those boots of travel. Only need 500, 450 more before he has them. If he dies again, he's going to be sad. To say the least, he's going to be so upset. And the Morphling's just getting free farm over here in the jungle. He has so many last hits, it is not even funny. Did he get... Oh no, he died again. I missed it over in the bottom. I thought the ultimate got him. He was so close. He was probably 400, maybe 350 away from those boots. But we're all going to go down on the Shadow Demon, followed by the Axis, which is going to take the kill. And now the Nature's Prophet is running away very fast from the Beastmaster, but he is going to teleport back to safety. The Beastmaster picking him up in a kill, but hang on a second. Missed something over here by Rashan Pit. It seems quite a few have fallen, actually. Ouch. Unfortunate indeed. CLG finally getting themselves a nice number of kills. Maybe they can bring themselves back into this game. It seems the CK has gotten very powerful with maxed Chaos Bolt and Reality Rift, as well as 2 points in his ultimate. A lot of damage that can be dealt. He does not have those boots. That Tinker is incredibly sad. I know I'd be sad. I know I'd be probably somewhat mad, actually. But over here, Sprout going down there. Reality rifting out of there. 4-second stun there on him. Ulti going down. Lots of damage being dealt, but the disruption saves his life. Echo Slam going down. So much damage, but that tank Chaos Knight is so tanky. You're taking all the right clicks of everyone who wants to pick up the kill in the Nature's Prophet, but it's not enough, and the CK does fall indeed. That was a close one. He's going to teleport straight back to the fountain, get all of his health back. And that could have been a close call, and Tinker does not want to die. He's very close. But he has to push himself forward if he wants to get the farm that he needs. Bit of counter-warding action going on here for the Copenhagen Wolves, denying them the vision. They already have a lot of map control, and taking down the runes is going to make it even worse. Taking down the wards, rather. And while after that victory, they're going to take down Rashan, and they can fall him, they can make him die pretty quickly with all of those treants to reinforce Earthshaker being on the guard lines. Do they know about it? It seems he does not. Continuing to farm, getting very close to the boots once again. However, oh wait, it's a replicant. Never mind. But the Morphling can go in there. He could kill that Tinker, and the Tinker would just be a sad, sad person. Rashan is indeed going to fall. By the looks of it, it's going to be picked up by the Morphling, who does indeed finally have that Lincoln Sphere. Yes, indeed. Morphling picking up the Aegis of Immortality is going to be an absolute boom in the next team fight, as if they weren't far ahead already. And where'd that Tinker bugger off to? He teleported somewhere else. Looks like we're going to congregate over in the middle lane for the Copenhagen Wolves. Going to push this lane down. In the meantime, the Morphling's continuing to get free farm with 123 last hits, doing an absolutely fantastic job. And what's he going to go for next? I actually have no idea. We'll have to wait and see, but there's a big force that want to try and take him down. Are they going to succeed? Reality Rift going down, but the Lincoln Sphere stops it. He tide forms out of there, but he's not far away. Frosted Feet missing entirely. We're going to have teammates porting in to reinforce. Windrunner coming in to try and save the day alongside the man in green, who is the Shadow Demon. Potential gank has indeed not been so successful. Terraforming in there, very daring, but he has that Aegis of Immortality, so it doesn't matter if you die. Reality Rift, so much damage being dealt on the Earthshaker, and the ultimate going down, a lot of damage being dealt, and a nice shackle there, followed by the power drop, disruption there on the Morphling, but a nice black hole, getting 2 of them, almost 3. Lots of damage being dealt. And Reality Rift going there, shackle going down to save the life of that man. The Morphling is so low, but he still has that Aegis, so it doesn't matter. Trapped in the trees, the Beastmaster is going to try and cut his way so much. And the Beastmaster falls with a nice engagement, losing only the Earthshaker. There were so many really good disruptions in that fight, actually. That went bloody beautifully for the Copenhagen Wolves. Trading 1 for 3. I think that's pretty good, in all honesty. And in the meantime, how are they going to capitalize on this latest victory? I think they're going to be pushing this bottom lane, while Earthshaker pushes the middle lane, and the bottom lane is pushing itself. It's probably all thanks to this Nature's Prophet, using that ulti whenever it's up, clearing back the creep waves and doing a lot of damage. The tier 2 tower over in the top lane for the CLG will indeed fall, giving more glorious gold and map control for the Copenhagen Wolves as they rotate their way over to the middle lane. Is there much the CLG can do about it? I don't think so. If you take a look at their items, they don't really have all that much. Ancient Apparition has nothing aside from Power Treads. Enigma finally has his mech, which is going to be a bit of extra survivability for his team. Chaos Knight still has nothing, with the Beastmaster also just having a medallion, and that's about it. Smoke going out, it looks like we want to go for a gank on the next 4 sucker that they run into. If they ran up here, they could have run into the Morphling, but he has that Aegis of Immortality, so he can do whatever the hell he wants. He's a powerful individual. Waveforming in there, but the Roar goes down, disruption to save the life, followed by the ulti there. And the Enigma falls so fast before he can even pop off a black hole. The curse there on the Beastmaster, shackled to a tree. A lot of damage being dealt. The Nature's Prophet ulti. Reality Rift jumping in there, but the Sprout traps him off. The Windrunner's so very low. Tide forming going through. Windrunner gets taken down, but they've done so much damage. Actually, trading 2 for 2, not bad. Fish are going to take them both, but it's not going to stop them. That wasn't a bad engagement for CLG, actually. Trading 2 for 2. Tinker wants to get away. He will not indeed, but he does have those boots of travel. See, Chaos Knight dropping in the stun there on the Morphling, but he does have that Lincoln Sphere, which does absorb it. And he has the Aegis anyway. Teleport back to base. They've had a nice victory just here. A very nice victory, I'd say. Lots of kills. Very well done. And the poor Enigma just got taken down before he could do anything. I know... Wait, Black Hole was on cooldown anyway. Oh well. And Scythe of Ice there for the Nature's Prophet, going to be give them a little bit of extra control in any upcoming team fights. Will there be any upcoming team fights though? I'm not sure. Is there much that CLG can do from this situation? Taking a look at the XP, 7,500 in favor of the Wolves with a 1,400 gold lead for the Copenhagen Wolves. They're in such a commanding lead. Have they got any chance of losing? I don't think. The Shackle going down. It doesn't latch, but doesn't need to. I don't think so. Power Shot going to follow. A lot of damage going there on the Shadow Demon with Ancient Apparition ulti. Fish going down, but the Shadow Demon does fall. Sprout going there on the Beastmaster. And he's getting shotgun down. That poor Tinker, so much damage being dealt. But a nice Shackle there to the Shadow Demon and the SK. Phantasm risks over to the Windrunner trying to beat him down, but it's not enough damage at all. And now with the Tides of Turns, Chaos Knight is on the run. Fish is going down. He is trapped in there. Shackle doesn't latch, but it doesn't matter. Nature's Prophet porting in to try and help out. The Sprout going there on the Chaos Knight as he tries to Phantasm risk out. The Chaos Knight's tanky, but it's not enough against the 3 of these. And that's team down. The entire team being taken down there by the Copenhagen Wolves. CLG not in a so great situation. This will be GD. They're no doubt going to take a barracks and will possibly rotate to the bottom or the top to take a second. Fantastic game being played here by the Copenhagen Wolves, formerly known as the Tough Bananas. This is the type of play that we saw in the Dota 2 International qualifiers. While they didn't play well enough to secure themselves a place in the International, they still did a fantastic job and brought some fantastic games. GG's being brought out all around. However, they shouldn't have left just yet, despite everyone rapidly disconnecting, because the amount of time it takes for your base to get destroyed is factored into something. I'm actually not sure as to how exactly this tournament is structured. I should actually look at that because I am doing commentary of it. Of course, this tournament being the Defense 2, brought to you by joinDOTA and sponsored by BenQ and Razer. Many thanks for them. Go buy their products. BenQ monitors are fantastic. I have a Razer Death Adder right here for me today, as well as a Razer Goliath mousepad. both fantastic. However, I do need to replace the mouse pad because it's gotten a bit old. It's beginning to fray. I've had it for over a year now. But the mouse is fantastic. But anyway, we will be resuming, and it looks like we're going to try and... How is this going to work, actually? Because they've all left, they clearly don't seem to want to disconnect. We're not going to wait for them. Their base is going to fall in very rapid succession, so maybe we'll give them some extra time. We'll just have to wait and see. Maybe we can just A-click everyone's heroes here and attempt to do a little bit of damage. If only he was Flash, he could maybe control all of these heroes and kill everyone oh so dead. Ting getting sprouted here, Curse following, so much, I mean, the lasers and the waveform finishing him off right there. A lot of tower damage being taken by everything. Morphing to agility. Axe is going down. A lot of damage being dealt. Followed by the roar. A Hex there on the Enigma. So he can't get the black hole. Is shackled to the Beastmaster. And everyone just sort of dies in triple kill there for the Morphling. So much damage being dealt. But they have that Ethereal Blade. He doesn't even have that. He can just deal with the damage. Taking the tower. He has the Aegis of Immortality. So if he dies, he does not care. He shouldn't even bother to move away. CK coming in. Wants to try and do a bit of damage. Nice 4-second stun there on the Shadow Demon with a shackle to the tree. And he falls in quick succession with the Morphling so low in health.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I think I yelled too much. The Morphling finally dies, using up that Aegis of the Immortality, but he pops straight back into the game, finished off the kill. Now focusing on the Ancient. All the CLG's team is dead and disconnected. Ladies and gentlemen, the second game of the Defense 2 being secured there by the Copenhagen Wolves. And even the fountain is not enough to save the day. They're all just running out and dying horrible, horrible deaths. Ladies and gentlemen, that was game 2 of the group stages for joinDOTA's The Defense. For the Defense, brought to you by Razor and BenQ, and of course, organized by joinDOTA. Don't forget to go check out the websites The-Defense 2. I mean, actually, it's just the-defense.com. Go check it out. You can find all the VODs, you can find Countdown, you can find so much magical information. Don't forget to check out joinDOTA.com for plenty of Dota 2, general Dota 2 gaming goodness. And hey, if you want, you can buy a ticket over in the Dota 2 store. It allows you to watch all of these games from within your client with commentary from the amazing, fantastical, and oh so incredible Toby-1 Kenobi. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Toshley, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.